Hello and welcome. So in this video, we will be explaining our design and fabrication of the buzzer alarm body counter system. Before we start this video, a significant introduction from our group members: Angelica Pugon, Neil Nunez, Sam Park, Salm Oracion, Aldous Calwing, Mac Alcantara, Lyndon Osejo, and yours truly, MartinBalanag. Also, we will tackle 3 segments of the video. Part 1, Introduction. Part 2, Design and Framework. And Part 3, Conclusion and Recommendation. So first up to the introduction is the research problem. After the announcement of the worldwide pandemic, the world has become more strict in order to avoid the spread of the virus. Except the society during lockdown needed to buy food, medicine, or other necessary goods to keep them alive before the end of the pandemic. To minimize the spread of the virus, the government and the Department of Health, or DOH, strongly advise using the social distance rule. It is recommended to limit the number of people before entering the establishment. However, staff or personnel cannot always keep track of the customers entering and exiting the establishment. With the infrared sensors available in the market, we can finally keep track and limit the numbers of customers entering and exiting the establishment, including determining how many customers are inside the establishment. So what is the purpose of this project? The purpose for this project is to create a device that will assist the personnel in limiting the numbers of customers inside and outside of the establishment for the safety and health of others. The group proponents installed the device with 2 infrared motion detectors, one for the entrance and the other is for the exit, including the buzzer alarm, which will trigger after reaching the maximum number of people after entering. The alarm will be set off after one person exited. For the testing parameters, the proponents will be testing using a vast space of approximately 36 inches wide to set up the 2 infrared motion detectors. For the hypothesis of the study, the body counter device can determine and record the number of people entering and exiting the establishment. And again, if the number has reached the maximum limit, it triggers an alarm set by the proponent. For the aim of this project, we wanted to design and implement the human counter device, tracking the number of people entering and exiting the necessary establishment for the safety and health of others. So what are the components used and assembled in the body counter device? Starting off, let us look at the bottom view of the assembled design with labels of the body counter device. Let's start with the breadboard. The breadboard is made of rectangular plastic board containing measurable holes. This allows easily inserting other type of electrical components to make a electronic circuit with battery, switch, resistors, or LED. Next component is the Arduino. The Arduino Uno is an easy-to-use programmable microcontroller prototyping board based on the ATmega 328P. It has 14 digital input-output pins, 6 analog inputs, and a 16 MHz quartz crystal, with the support of a USB connection and a power jack. The next component is the buzzer. The buzzer is an audio device typically used as a buzzer alarm device, timers, and confirmation of users' inputs such as mouse click or keystroke. So let us look at the next figure, the front view of the body counter device. So first on the figure of the front view is the liquid crystal display, or LCD. It is a dot matrix position module that can display letters, numbers, or characters. The next are the main components for the device, and these are the infrared sensor, or IR in short. It is an electronic sensor that allows measuring infrared light radiating from objects in its field of view. They are the most commonly used for security alarms or automatic applications, such as auto switch lights. And next to the infrared sensor module are the receiver. This receiver module is used as an RI system to control and operate the device by sending signals to the main components inside. The system block diagram. In this figure, the breadboard diagram, all components are connected to the breadboard itself. Inserting the computer USB cable into the Arduino microcontroller will allow the programming of the device willingly. And to power it up, the device requires plugging the wire jack into the outlet, and it will allow to power up all of the components. The key objective is to display the number of people at the LCD after crossing the infrared sensor. One IR sensor increases the number before reaching the maximum, and the other IR sensor decreases the number. The proponent can willingly set up a maximum person value depending on the establishment's restriction. For this example, we will set the maximum person value up to 5. If the number of people reaches its set maximum of 5, then it will display on the LCD saying full stop with the trigger buzzing alarm, including a red LED light turning on for 5 seconds. The proponents made 3 variations in order to set up the sensor settings. So the first maximum value is setting up to 5 maximum people. Next, 10 maximum people. And lastly, setting up to 15 maximum people. Before reaching the end of the video, the proponents have already gathered results and issues after testing the body counter device. It showed the overall average efficiency of the body counter device was between 96 to 100%, based on the accuracy of the machine that detects the person passing by the IR sensor. The design of the IR sensors tends to malfunction sometimes when there is too much UV light from the sun itself. It'll detect and record it as a count. To solve this kind of issue, proponents recommend placing the device in a location away from direct sunlight exposures to prevent malfunctions or damaging the sensors. Lastly, this is concluded that the buzz alarm body counter device can be used in any establishments as long as there is an entryway and an exitway. That is all of the video presentation. I hope everyone stays safe and good night.